y'all, so welcome back to Cowboy Ranch Life, and today is the exciting day that the old Dodge gets painted. It gets painted, and then it is finished. The body parts that you guys have seen us putting on, the hood, the fenders, the grill, the wheels, well, you haven't seen the wheels yet. That is for a later video. But that's the plan for today, is to get the old Dodge painted. We're going to paint it flat black. A lot of you were asking what color. We chose flat black primarily because it covers up a few dents and dings. And as you know, we didn't use brand new fenders because you can't get brand new fenders that are as good a quality as what came on the truck originally. So that's why we bought old fenders and put them on. So the truck is a 90 model. The fenders are 92. The grill, I think it's an 88. I can't remember on what the grill came from, and the hood came with the grill, and then the mirrors came off of an 89. So they a lot of the mirrors were interchangeable. So we're gonna get started with this, and yeah. So hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so it's a beautiful day out. It's 64 degrees. Perfect day to be painting. So we got the grill all pulled off of here, if you can see that. I covered up the headlights because you don't want them painted. And then I'm outlining it all with rattle can because you can't get everywhere with a roller. So there we go. We pulled the mirrors off. Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm telling you, that wrapping paper is amazing. But nevertheless, we're going to see what we can't do here. And the door came off of the 89 as well. You guys saw that parts truck in the previous videos. But there's what we're going to do. I just bought flat black paint off of the local hardware store. You can get a lot of other paints, but flat black, this seems to stick really well to stuff as long as you clean your surface, which is the goal on this. So we're going to do.
Alright, so we got the hood painted for the second time. Winston's on his second coat. He's got the driver's side done. Got the boss dog here. Maybe Winston explained all this, but took the mirrors off. He's painting already. So, we got the first coat done. So, I've not been helping him too much. Our friend Toby, he's been helping Winston. I've been bouncing back and forth, but it's looking good, so we'll keep you all updated.
Alright guys, so as you've seen, we got it painted, so I thought I'd do a little bit more of explaining on the wheel tire setup that we found out worked for us. And yes, excuse it is muddy on brand new paint. Didn't plan to be that way, but then again, I didn't plan for water to be standing and for it to be raining for 5 days straight or 8 days straight or whatever it's supposed to. This is on day 3. So nevertheless, the wheels we came up with were an Eagle wheel. Got them picked up. Then I had to find a tire that would fit in the fender well. We didn't do any cutting on the fender well. I hate doing cutting on fenders because, well, you can never get it back. So I'd like to keep it as original as possible. So I went with an Eagle wheel that we found that's 17-inch wheel, 10 inches wide, and we got tread right Warden tire is what it's called. I ordered it off the internet, and it's really supposed to be a really good tire, so we put those on. They are 31 inches in height from top to bottom. That was just the perfect height to fit in the fender well. This truck's not lifted, it's the stock of original height, so we didn't want to have to lift it to fit the wheel and tire in there. So it's got enough offset that it does not hit the springs when you turn, doesn't hit the rotor in the back, or not the brake rotor in the back. It fits in the bolt pattern correctly. These wheels came off of a Chevy, like I think a 2000 Chevy, something like that. So anyway, that's what the wheels are off of. Got the tires. I ordered them off the internet. They were cheap, and nobody else could. Actually, nobody in my town could get that tire. Even the dealer source that the dealers all go to get tires, I even called them, and they couldn't even get the tire for me. So I ended up ordering them offline. But what it is, it's a 265/70 R17. and it fits good. I just had to find a shorter diameter, so that was the problem with that. But if you all can see the tread, it's a little hard to say because it's muddy, so let me step over here to the other side. There you go. So there you can kind of see the tread design pattern on there. So I mounted them myself. The local tire company charges $100 or $135 depending on who you go with to mount the tires. So I just took a bar and I pretty much did it by hand. It's a lot harder job, but I don't mind getting paid $100, and so that's what we ended up doing for that. But nevertheless, there you go, guys. We painted it flat black. It looks shinier now because it's raining, as I already explained. But so that's the truck. We've been working on it 4 years now, and actually this will be 5th year we've been working on it, and it's finally done. So you saw the completion. If you haven't seen the rest of the videos, definitely go and look at the videos where we put the new fenders on it. We got the new truck to take the parts off of. So there it is. I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I couldn't be any happier. We got the different mirrors on it to make it like more original. Painted it. So that's what we've done. Alright, so I apologize for the video getting a little lengthy, but if you're interested, then stay tuned and I'm going to explain kind of what we did to this truck. So we've owned it 5 years now, and I'm going to explain the stories from start one all the way to now. So first, we bought this truck in Nebraska, and the picture of it will be popping up here in a second. That is what it looked like, first off, when we bought the truck. So then, after we bought the truck, we drug it in here. We bought it when I was actually 14 years old, so that would have been 6 years ago. We bought it, brought it in here. It sat around for about a year and a half. Then I decided to get on with it, because originally it was not bought to be a mine. It was just bought to actually resell, and then we just decided to keep it, and it was in pretty bad shape, so that's the reason it didn't sell. So then we decided just to fix it up and for me to run it myself. So first off, the fuel system was all bad in the tank. The sending unit went out in it, so we took that to a local shop. They put the right tank on it, but while they were doing that, unfortunately, they screwed up the injection pump, so we had to take that injection pump and truck to Cummins. Cummins rebuilt the injection pump and redid all that and set the timing correctly in the engine, so it's all ran good. But then unfortunately the fuel was still not working right, so we went and I bought that tank and got it all set up. I did that myself with an aftermarket fuel pump system, which has been explained in prior videos. Then after that, we brought it in here and it had electrical issues. Ended up finding out after about 6 months of struggling of it boiling the battery and ruining batteries and burning wires in two and having electrical issues, found out that it was the grid heater. The grid heater was actually screwed up internally, which meant it was grounding out into the engine, and so the electrical system was screwed up. So I got that fixed. Let's see, then what did we do? And then I hauled it to a little town about 30 miles away from me to get some of that done. Then I brought it back here and got the rest of it done that I could do. Then, let's see, what happened after that? Then we went and we put the flatbed on it. As you guys will see, got the flatbed on it. All was going good. Actually ran a hood stack for a while. You'll see in this picture here, ran a hood stack. That was kind of fun, but I didn't want to get tickets and I was worried that I would get in trouble majorly. So we took that back off, put the original hood back on it. Then I ran it for another year or two. Built the exhaust system on the back of the truck, which is the 4-inch exhaust, and then the dual 8-inch exhaust tips on the rear dumping. So we did that. That works slick. It's loud, but it's fun. So then after that, I put a new fuel system on it, which worked good until the fuel tank cracked out on the bottom side. Then I had to put the old fuel system back on the truck. So that's what I'm running now. I put the light bar on top. Of course, you had to put the stickers like Cowboy Ranch Life on YouTube and the Cummins stickers all over it, just because it's a cool truck that way, in my opinion. So then we bought the old black square mirrors to put on it. I ran on them for a while, and then I went to a local guy that had an old truck sitting behind his shop, and I bought the fenders, the gold and red ones. Bought them, and Toby and Justice and myself put those on. Got them, so they are pretty much rust-free fenders. And then I went and I bought the other parts truck, as you guys saw us tear apart and try to get running, which was a failure, but it was fun trying. I do not know enough about gas engines to figure that one out. Nevertheless, so we got that done, and that's where the passenger door came in, and the mirrors, and then the grill and the hood that's on it now. The hood was gold, if you guys remember right, and the grill came off of a truck that actually my friend Toby had, and so that's where that hood and grill came from as well. So to figure all that out, that's how we kind of pieced that together. Picked up the wheel, wheels. We painted it flat black the first time about 2.5 years ago. Then I started replacing body parts on it so it looked like a rainbow truck. And now we're back to flat black completely again. So now it's looking good. I built the bumper on it, the cattle guard. That worked pretty slick. I built that, I believe, when I was 16 and a half. So that's been a few years ago, never the least. But so that's the story on this truck, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I am finished for now working on it. Unless something goes wrong, good Lord willing, nothing will go wrong on it. But otherwise, I am finished working on this truck. So we're going to work on justices a little bit more. But that's the history of that truck on this channel. So 5 years up, and I am glad that that 5 years is hopefully over for a while. As I say this, I'll probably drive it out the drive and something will break. Hopefully not. So, nevertheless, with that said, I appreciate you guys watching this content on the channel. It will be featured in more content. Don't go away if you like first generation Dodge content and you're like, well, I might as well unsubscribe since they're not making any more content. That's not the key, people. There's going to be more content. I guarantee you that. We've got, my brother's got one, I've got one, that Toby, a buddy of mine's got one. So with them three around, we'll make plenty of content for y'all to watch, I'm sure, in between farming videos. But I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a history on this pickup and some of the battles we've had to go through with it. But now it is running. It's got 253,000 miles on the tack. Tack's broke, so I'm assuming around 300,000 miles. But it's a good truck so far. So thank you for viewing. I hope you enjoy. If you have, please subscribe to the channel so you will see more of content like this. And yeah, thank you for all the friends that have helped me out in this. Toby, John, my parents, my brother, and the people that sold me the parts that I needed to complete this build.